part C of this question from the pilot 2012, we're asked to write an equation that models the height of the balloon between 50 and 40 minutes from the start of the flight. So that's between here and here. So in this section we can see the balloon is steady at a height of 200 meters. So the equation of that line is just h equals 200. That's all that's needed for part C. For part D, we're given a different model for the height of the balloon during the last 20 minutes, during the descent here. And for this part of the flight, it's given by the equation h equals 200 cos 4.5t minus 180 all in degrees for 40 to 60 minutes. Complete the table of values, so just be very careful, make sure your calculator's in degrees mode and type these values in, and then it's like we're giving our answers, it's 3 significant figures or perhaps the nearest whole number. But let's just fill those in. At 47 we've got 171, at 50 it's 141, and at 52 it's 118 meters. Okay, so that's part 1 completed. On the graph opposite, in our case below, draw the graph of that. Well, we need to plot those points. So let's just plot those points on here. Okay, and then very, very steady with one movement of your pencil, or in my case pen, connect all the dots as best as you can, drawing a line through all of them. Let's see how we can do with that. So that wasn't too bad. I went a little bit wrong here. It's not very easy to do it on this. Okay. So that's our graph done. So that's part 2 completed. Part 3 then, the final part. The model is acceptable when it differs by no more than 6 meters from the actual height of the balloon. Remember, each of these increments here represents 4 meters. So we'll look at the points where we differ by more than 4 meters. It might be easier if we could actually go back, and I'll rub this out, see those points. Okay. So it looks like here we're 1 and a bit increments, so about 6 meters. So it's probably about there onwards it starts to go wrong. And so that's not 40, 42, 42. It's from about 47. That's 47. Remember the bottom here we're going up in 1. So that's from about 47. It's gone wrong from there. And then it deviates by more than 6 meters. And I guess we're coming back in line here at this next point, so at about the 55 mark. So it says for the intervals, find the intervals when it's acceptable. So let's specify the intervals acceptable. Well, it's acceptable from 40 to, we said it wasn't at 47, so let's say 40 to 46. This first section here is acceptable, and from this last section here is acceptable as well. So that's from, well, that was 55, our last point. If we try and draw that line in there, probably comes back onto the line of about 52. So from 52 to 60, and there's always a reasonable level of leniency given here in the mark scheme for these, but I think that's all you need for the last part of the question.